ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त तप्तकाञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णकृष्णाय प्रभुपादते प्रिय श्री गिरिराजाय स्वामी शिवभक्तराधा रास बिहारी जन भक्ति यच्छात्मदाय। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णकृष्णाय भूतले भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्याचार्यनिष्ठारिणे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनतारिणम्। So we are continuing to read either 10 to 5 and chapter 26. So we are on text 21, no? Text 21. यस्त्वेहवै सर्वाभिगमस्तम् अमुत्रा निराये वर्तमानं वज्राकण्टकाशल्मलिम् आरोप्य निष्कर्षन्ति. So this is description of the hellish planet. We are continuing. A person who indulges in sex indiscriminately, even with animals, is taken after death to the hell known as Vajrakantaka Shalmali. In this hell there is a silk cotton tree full of thorns, as strong as thunderbolts. The agents of Yamaraj hang the sinful man on that tree and pull him down forcibly so that the thorns very severely tear his body. Well, there must be some reason why this particular, punishment is in. The whole idea is to make the person give up that mentality, meaning that people are doing these things, right?
They don't remember the punishment. No? I mean, even after going through the punishment, they'll forget that they've been through that.
They don't completely forget.
We don't remember anything in our past.
Yeah, you don't remember, but fear is there.
Fear of that.
Right? Fear of that particular thing, yes. So that's why we are deterred from doing certain things. It's just in the psyche. It sits in the psyche because this is happening in the subtle body, right? That's what we discuss. It's not going in the gross body. Gross body is already dead. It's going in the subtle, so it's getting programmed, there. But because the heart we already discussed, the heart is so hard-hearted, steel-framed. That's what Mahaprabhu Bhagavatam said. The heart is steel-framed. Even after chanting, it doesn't melt. It's steel-framed, right? So therefore, mercy of the Guru is very important. Actually, can melt the heart. If by good fortune we meet a Guru who can melt our heart, good fortune, right? So all this doesn't make any difference to anybody who hears it, right? We say they don't believe in it, right? So we read that those who are mad, they don't know what they are doing. Like, this must be a mad person doing this, right? Sex with animals must be mad, right? So say severe punishment is less severe. If those who know, they still do it, punishment is more. And those who don't believe at all, the atheists, for them it is severe, atrocious punishment. And they don't believe there is a supreme controller, there is a witness. They think they're free. So here, the sexual urge is so strong that sometimes a man indulges in sexual relations with a cow, or a woman indulges in sexual relation with a dog. My God, abominable things we don't know, but here Prabhupada is saying they do this. So it's already, people are doing it, therefore there is a consequence for it. It's set somewhere in hell, right? Such men and women are put into the hell known as Vajra Kantaka Shalmali. The Krishna consciousness movement forbids illicit sex. From the description of these verses, we can understand what an extremely sinful act illicit sex is. Here it is. Sometimes people disbelieve these descriptions of hell. But whether one believes or not, everything must be carried out by the laws of nature, which no one can avoid. You believe or you don't believe? Huh? All right, now another long prose, verse and prose. Together. Ye kviha vairajanya raja purusha va apakhanda dharma setun Dindanti te samparetya vaitaranyam nipatanti bhinamaryadhas tasyaham niraya parikha bhutayam najam yadu ganeritas tato bhakshyamanaha atmanan nuvidyamanas chashubhir ubhamana swaghena कर्मपाकम् अनुस्मरन्तो विमुत्र पूय शूनित केश Nakashti medu masa vasa vahinyam upatapayante. It doesn't sound very nice, right? Whatever we are reading doesn't sound very nice. You see, see how when we were reading the descriptions of the Supreme Lord, we could hear the sound, right? And we don't understand the Sanskrit. We could hear the sound and say, oh, this is so beautiful and this is oh so nasty. One word we are understanding. Anyway, let's read. A person who is born into a responsible family. Now, see, that's the whole issue here. When ignorant people are doing something, all right, but everywhere it says that when those who know, now I would say those who are Hindus, okay, followers of Varnashram Dharma is the Hindus. So when the Hindus, they do this, sorry, all right, when they do this type of stuff, is what happened to them, all right. When a person who is born into a responsible family, such as a Kshatriya, a member of royalty or a government servant, but who neglects to execute his prescribed duties according to religious principles, and who thus becomes degraded, falls down at the time of death into the river of hell known as Vaitarini. Meaning a Kshatriya. This particular one is about a Kshatriya who doesn't do his work properly, right? Meaning your royal order, you already know the rules of dharma as Krishna has taught to Arjun, Kshatriya. When he doesn't do his work properly, so what happens? He becomes degraded, so he falls headlong into Vaitarini river. This river, which is a moat surrounding hell, oh my God. So around hell, there is a moat. Moat meaning that it's in between, right? One area and the next. I don't know. So this river, which is a moat surrounding hell, is full of ferocious aquatic animals. When a sinful man is thrown into the river Vaitarani, the aquatic animals, they immediately begin to eat him. But because of his extremely sinful life, he doesn't leave his body. All right? Because he's already dead. Right? So this is a subtle body. He constantly remembers his sinful activities and suffers terribly in that river, which is full of stool, urine, pus, blood, hair, nails, bones, marrow, flesh and fat. A degraded Kshatriya, right, who doesn't do his work. This is his destination, Vaitarini river, right? But because people don't believe in it, therefore it's okay, right? So they go on doing the same thing. Text 23. Yethiha vei vrishalipatayo nashta sochara charahniyamastvak charyam charanti te chapi pretya puya vinmutra shleshma mala punanave nipatanti tad evati bibhasitam ashnanti. All right, now you read, Mirabai.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Jivanga Prabhupada. The shameless husbands of low-born Shudra women live exactly like animals, and therefore they have no good behavior, cleanliness, or regulated life. After death, such persons are thrown into hell called Payoda, where they are put into an ocean filled with pus, stool, urine, mucus, saliva, and similar things. Sudras who could not improve themselves fall into that ocean and are forced to eat those disgusting things. Purport. Shri Narottam Das Thakur has sung Karma Kande Jnana Kande Kevala Vishere Bhande Amrit Baliya Yehe Khaya Nana Yoni सदा फिरे कदरिया भक्षणा खरे तारे जन्म अधा पते जाय. He says that persons following the path of karma kand and gyan kand, fruitive activities and speculative thinking, are missing the opportunities for human birth and gliding down into the cycle of birth and death. Thus, there is always a chance that he may be put into the Payoda Naraka, the hell named Payoda, where one is forced to eat stool, urine, pus, mucus, saliva, and other abominable things. It is significant that this verse is spoken specially about Shudras. If one is born a Shudra, he must continuously return to the ocean of Payoda to eat horrible things. Thus, even a born Shudra is expected to become Brahmana. That is the meaning of human life. Everyone should improve himself. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4.13, Chaturvarna Maya system Guna Karma Vibhagasu. According to the three modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, uh, four divisions of human society were created by me. Even if one of the qualification a Shudra, he must try to improve his position and become a Brahmana. No one should try to check a person, no matter what his present position is, from coming to the platform of Brahmana or of Vaishnava. Actually, one must come to the platform of Vaishnava. Then he automatically becomes Brahmana. This can be done only if Krishna consciousness movement is spread, for we are trying to elevate everyone to the platform of Vaishnava. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 18.66, Sarva Dharma Paritajya Mam Ekam Sharanam. Abandon all these other duties and simply surrender unto me. One must give up the occupational duties of a Shudra, Kshatriya, or Vaishya and adopt the occupational duties of Vaishnava, which include the activities of Brahmana. Krishna explained this in Bhagavad Gita 9.32. Mam hi partha vyapishate ye api svipapa yoniya sriyo vaishyo tatha shudras te api yanti param gati. O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they may be of lower birth, women, Vaishya, merchants, as well as Shudras, workers, can approach the supreme destination. Human life is specially meant for going back home to Godhead. That facility should be given to everyone, whether one be a Shudra, a Vaishya, a woman, or a Kshatriya. This is the purpose of Krishna conscious movement. However, one is satisfied to remain a Shudra, he must suffer as described in the verse Tad eva ati bhi bhatishitam ashnanti.
So here Prabhupada is saying that it doesn't matter the birth, but we must elevate ourselves, right? So the Shudra also is expected to elevate himself to the platform of Brahmana. And if he doesn't do it, then he'll continue to be Shudra and he'll continue to do sinful activities. The symptom of Shudra is that he had this tendency to engage in all types of sinful activities. So that's the result. Text.
Verse, Prabhupada is saying that even Shudras, they should try to distinguish Brahman.
Yeah.
But in 18.47, Krishna says that one should engage according to one's nature.
Yeah.
That it is, even if it is imperfect, rather than to become somebody else.
No.
How do we reconcile?
No, he's not saying become somebody else. Say do your own work for Krishna. Using your work, you will attain perfection. Perfect example is, Rath Yatra, the carpenters, right? They're doing for Krishna, for Jagannath. They do it perfectly. Jagannath will
They
take
are
them.
Brahmanas. Like, even though they may be Shudras, they may be doing this occupation, but as it is said here, one
The
has to rise to the
Vaishnava.
level of Brahman.
Here Prabhupada is saying Vaishnava. They are doing it, yeah, Vaishnava. If you are doing it, their occupation, meaning a carpenter, right? He's a carpenter. This is a labor work, right? It's a manual work. So do this for Krishna, right? You don't have to start reciting the mantras. You don't have to jump on the cart and do the puja.
But if suppose this person is born in a Shudra, but if we, like nowadays we see many foreigners, they're also they're doing yagyas, they're chanting the mantras and they're doing yagyas also.
Yeah.
They're doing the duties of a Brahmin.
No, but they must become qualified to do it,
But that's
right?
okay.
See, if they're able to graduate, right? Remember third canto, right? Say that if somebody is chanting the holy name of the Supreme Lord, right? He's more eligible than the Brahmana, right? And he can do the yagya also, but he should be able to do it, right? Meaning that what is a Brahmana? Brahmana is cleanliness. Here it says they have no good behavior characteristics, right? They have no good behavior, cleanliness, or regulated life. So if somebody is born, whichever society they are born in, if they are by training they are able to behave properly, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, right? And they are able to understand how to behave with others. You can train them how to behave with others. Social etiquette, Vaishnava etiquette, right? These are good behavior. And cleanliness, meaning you should, Brahmana means how many times you have to take bath, right? Ask this twice. If you're Brahmana to do yagya, you know how many times you have to take bath. You ask any pujari 5-6 times a day, isn't it? Any pujari 5-6 times a day, right? Are you ready to do it? Then this is right. So if after sometimes I'm not going to do it, then you are not Brahmana. I mean, your work cannot be Brahmana. All right. So therefore, better you be a carpenter when you can take bath twice a day. Regularly, you take bath twice a day. You chant 16 rounds, and you do your own work as a carpenter, and you please Krishna, right? Why do something that you can't do? Yeah, you do your own dharma, meaning this is your skill. If you feel comfortable in this, you do it, but the aim is please Krishna. That's all. Because the body is born in a certain way. For a Brahmana to, get up early morning, go for Mangalarti, again in old age, again you have to run to the bathroom. And you don't mind, you see, no, I have to do. Right? And then after a few hours, again you have to go to the bathroom. The body is becoming old. It behaves in its own way. Right? But we say, no, I have to do the deity seva. You will still do it. Right? It's a practical, this is our life today. Because of the deity, you will do it. And if somebody says, no, I can't do this, then better you do some other seva. But you're doing it for Krishna. Is it clear about this Brahmana and Shudra? Text 24. Yathiha vei swagarbdabha patayo brahmanadayo mrigaya vihara atirthe cha mrigan nignantai tanapi sampare talakshya bhutam yama purusha ishubhir vidyanti. If in this life a man of the higher classes, see again and again this point is coming, right? Who are punished the most? I'll say it in ordinary language, the Hindus. Right? Prabhupada is saying Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, right? When they do something wrong, right, they're heavily punished. So if in this life a man of the higher classes, Brahmana, Kshatriya and Vaishyas is very fun of taking his pet dogs, mules, or asses into the forest to hunt and kill animals unnecessarily. He is placed after death into the hell known as Pranarodha. There, the assistants of Yamaraj make him their targets and pierce him with arrows. You know, they're hunting, they go hunting, right? In the Western countries, especially aristocrats, keep dogs and horses to hunt animals in the forest. Whether in the West or the East, aristocratic men in the Kali Yuga adopt the fashion of going into the forest and unnecessarily killing animals. Men of the higher classes, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishyas, should cultivate knowledge of Brahman, and they should also give the Shudras a chance to come to that platform. If instead they indulge in hunting, they're punished as described in this verse. Not only are they pierced with arrows by the agents of Yamaraj, but they are also put into the ocean of pus, urine, and stool described in the previous verse. Sometimes your body rots on you. Yeah? This is the hell that's being described here. Somebody gets a disease, boils and all that. The body's rotting. You have to smell that dirt. You're a doctor, right? People come with skin disease, right? Their body's rotting on them. Huh? Yeah. So you get a trailer, right, of hell in this life. Text 25. Yethiha vai dambhika dambha yagyeshu pashun vishashanti tan amushmil loke vaishasya narake patitan niraya patayo yata yedva vishashanti. A person who in this life is proud of his eminent position and who heedlessly sacrifices animals simply for material prestige is put into the hell called Vishashana after death. There the assistants of Yamaraj kill him after giving him unlimited pain. I don't know how they kill him when he's already dead. In Bhagavad Gita 6.41, Krishna says, Suchinam Shimatam Gehe Yoga Brashta Bhijayate. Because of his previous connection with Bhakti Yoga, a man is born into a prestigious family of Brahmanas, aristocrats. Having taken such a birth, one should utilize it to perfect Bhakti Yoga. However, due to bad association, one often forgets that his prestigious position has been given to him by the Supreme Personal Godhead, and he misuses it by performing various kinds of so-called yagyas like Kali Puja or Durga Puja, in which poor animals are sacrificed. Such a person is punished. How such a person is punished is described herein. The word Dambha Yagyeshu in this verse is significant. If one violates the Vedic instructions while performing yagya and simply makes a show of sacrifice for the purpose of killing animals, he is punishable after death. In Calcutta, there are many slaughterhouses where animal flesh is sold that has supposedly been offered in sacrifice before the goddess Kali. The Shastras enjoin that one can sacrifice a small goat before the goddess Kali once a month. Nowhere is it said that one can maintain a slaughterhouse in the name of temple worship and daily kill animals unnecessarily. Those who do so receive the punishment described herein. So Prabhupada saw it. We saw it in Calcutta. People open meat shop, right? They call it non-veg in India, right? Actually, the name is meat shop. And so very, very psychological way of covering up that it's not vegetable. So they say it's non-veg. I never heard such a word. You open the dictionary, nowhere it says non-veg, right? So it was invented by people who wanted to sell meat, right? This is non-veg. Okay, so text 26. यस्त्विह सवर्णं भर्यं द्विजोरेतः पययति काममोहितस्तं पापकृतम् अमुत्ररेत कुल्ययं पतायित्वा रेत सपययन्ति. I mean, such horrible things we never knew. Again, again the attack is on the twice born Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, those members of Varnashram Dharma. If they do all these things, meaning they fall down from their platform and they do such abominable thing, this hell is specifically meant for them. If a foolish member of the twice born classes, Dvija, Brahmana, Kshatriya and Vaishyas, forces his wife to drink his semen out of a lusty desire to keep her under control, he is put after death into the hell known as La Bhaksha. There he is thrown into a flowing river of semen, which he is forced to drink. My God. Now the practice of forcing one's wife to drink one's own semen is a black art practiced by extremely lusty persons. So this is black magic people, they do this. Yuck. Those who practice this very abominable activity say that if a wife is forced to drink her husband's semen, she remains very faithful to him. Generally, only low-class men engage in this black art. But if a man born in a higher class does so, after death, he is put into the hell known as Lala Bhaksha. There he is immersed in the river known as Shukra Nadi and forced to drink semen. All right. So, if somebody, who is, this is called Naradhama. Naradhama meaning that someone who's high-born, but he behaved like a low-born person, right?
I think in the previous verse it was mentioned the second line. Because of his previous connection with Bhakti Yoga, a man is born into a prestigious family of Brahmanas or aristocrats. So all those who are aristocratic family, they have done Bhakti Yoga in the past.
They have done imperfectly.
But some religious.
Yeah, all of us, right? All of us, right?
But this life they forget and then they start doing.
See, that's the whole thing that we are discussing. You're seeing it every day in Hare Krishna movement, right? So many people come, and then suddenly they start moving out, right? They do so many things.
Okay, so whatever little also they have done, because of that they get.
Yeah, and whatever they're doing this life, they suffer, right? They start doing such bad activities, even initiated devotees, right? Even initiated devotees, they start doing such bad things, speaking so badly, right? Isn't it? Their names will still be known among their friends, but they do such bad things. So we go up and down, up and down. Oh, where are we? Which one? 27. Ye chiha vedasya gnidha garada gramam satham vilupanti rajano rajabhatava tamschapihi paretya yamaduta vajra damstraha swanaha sapta satani simsatischa sarabhasam khadanti. In this world, some persons are professional plunderers who set fire to others' houses or administer poison to them. Allah also, members of the royalty or government officials sometimes plunder mercantile by forcing them to pay income tax by other methods. After death, such demons are put into the hell known as Sarameyadana. On that planet, there are 720 dogs with teeth as strong as thunderbolts. Under the orders of the agents of Yamaraj, these dogs voraciously devour such sinful people. So what do? They put exorbitant taxes. Right now there's a huge war going on, right? Taxation war. God knows what will come out from all this. So here's the hell that's waiting everyone who's participating in it. Right? Everyone, just see they don't know. Right? If, again coming again and again, if those who are born in responsible families of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, if they also participate in all this, the punishment is even heavier. A man in knowledge is punished more than a man in ignorance. The 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that in this age of Kali, everyone will be extremely disturbed by the three kinds of tribulations: scarcity of rain, famine, and heavy taxation by the government. Because human beings are becoming more and more sinful, there will be a scarcity of rain, and naturally no food grains will be produced. On the plea of relieving the suffering caused by the ensuing famine, the government will impose heavy taxes, especially on the wealthy mercantile community. Prabhupada knows this very well, right? Prabhupada knows this very well because he was doing business, right? So he knows what they do. In this verse, the members of such a government are described as dasu, thieves. Their main activity will be to plunder the wealth of the people. Whether a highway robber or a government thief, such a man will be punished in his next life by being thrown into the hell known as Sarameyadana, where he will suffer greatly from the bites of ferocious dogs. 28. Yastvi havam ritan vadati shakshid dravya vinimaye daneva kathamchit savai pretya naraka vichimatyadha shira niravakase yojana shatokshra giri murdana sampataye yatra jalam eva sthalam asma Rishtham avabhasate tad avatichimat tilasho vishriyamana sharirona mreyamanaha punar aropito nipatati. Oh my God. A person who in this life bears false witness or lies while transacting business or giving charity is severely punished after death by the agents of Yamaraj. Such a sinful man is taken to the top of a mountain, 800 miles high, and thrown head first into the hell known as Avichimat. The hell has no shelter and is made of strong stone, resembling the waves of water. There is no water there, however, and thus it is called Avachimat, waterless. Although the sinful man is repeatedly thrown from the mountain and his body broken to tiny pieces, he still doesn't die but continuously suffers chastisement. So the sensation of the suffering is given to the person. Sensation. So So one who bears false witness or lies when they're doing business transaction. My God, life. So therefore, we have to live life very responsibly, right? Text 29. Yastviha vipro rajanyo vaishyo va soma pitastat kalatram va suram vratasthopi va pibati pramadataste virayam nitadnam urasi padakramya se vahanina dravamanam kansna yasam nishinchanti. Any brahmana, oh my God, everything going brahmana, kshatriya, right? Meaning punish, they are being targeted, right? Meaning you do. This is very heavy consequence. A brahmana or a brahmana's wife who drinks liquor is taken by the agents of Yamaraj to the hell known as Ayapana. This hell also awaits any Kshatriya, Vaishya, a person under a vow who is in illusion drinks somaras. In Ayapan, the agents of Yamaraj stood on their chest and poured hot melted iron into their mouth because they want to, drink fire, right? Liquor is fire. One should not be a Brahmana in name only and engage in all kinds of sinful activities, especially drinking liquor. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas must behave according to the principles of their order. If they fall down to the level of Shudras, who are accustomed to drinking liquor, they will be punished as described therein. So here it says that this is Raja and also wife. Wife of a Brahmana. So anyway, it's going on now. The women, they like to brag, right? I have liquor, right? Now they want to show off, right? So they look externally in dress of Brahmana. So Prabhupada is saying here, externally they are in dress of Brahmana, but they engage in all kinds of sinful activities. So there is a place reserved for them. Meaning they have to experience that same sensation, whatever their pleasure they're getting from that particular activity, they have to experience that same sensation in an amplified way, right? Exaggerated and amplified way. This is what you wanted to experience. So here the exact same sensation amplified and you can't get out of it. Sinful activity you commit just for one moment, right? Just for one moment, touch and go, right? But now you are made constantly to do the same activity and you can't get out of it, right? Horrible. अथा च यस्त्विहात्मात्मसम्भवनेन स्वयम् अधमो जन्म तपो विद्याचर वर्णाश्रमवतो वरीयशो न बहु मन्येता समृतका एव मृत्वाक्षरा कर्दमे निरये वाक्षिरा निपतितो दूरन्ता यथा नाहि अस्नुते. A low-born and abominable person who in this life becomes falsely proud, saying, I'm great. Now this one is about he's low-born, but he's saying, I'm great. And who thus fails to show proper respect to one more elevated than he by birth, austerity, education, behavior, caste, or spiritual order is like a dead man even in this lifetime. And after death, he's thrown head first into the hell known as Sharakardama. There he must suffer great tribulation at the hands of the agents of Yamaraj. One should not become falsely proud. One must be respectful towards a person more elevated than he by birth, education, behavior, caste, or spiritual order. If one does not show respect to such highly elevated persons, but indulges in false pride, he receives punishment in kshara kardama, meaning that the head doesn't want to bow down, so you put head first, right? Text 31. Ye tvi have purusha purusha medhena yajante yascha striyo dripashun khadanti tam chate pashavaiva nihatayam sadane yatayanto raksho ganaha shonikaiva swadhitina vadayaskrit pibanti nrityanti cha gayanti cha rishammana yateha purushadaha. There are men and women in this world who sacrifice human beings. Remember Jad Bharat, right? Who sacrifice human beings to Bhairava or Bhadrakali and then eat their victims' flesh. Those who perform such sacrifices are taken after death to the abode of Yamaraj, where their victims, having taken the form of Rakshasas, cut them to pieces with sharpened swords. Just as in this world the men-eaters drink their blood, their victims' blood, dancing and singing in jubilation, their victims now enjoy drinking the blood of the sacrifices and celebrating in the same way. Who is that king in Krishna book? Who is that one who was doing this? Jarasandha. Jarasandha, was he doing this Bhairav sacrifice? He had this king who had captured so many princes. Humasur? Narkasur. Text 32. Ye tviha va nagasyo ranye grame va vaishabdhaket upasritahan upavishrambhaya jiji vishun shula sutradi pat protahan kridana kattaya yatayanti te picha pretya yama yatanasu shula dishu protatmanah kshut त्रिभ्यं चाभिधतः कङ्कावत्तादिभिश्चेतस्ततस्तिग्मः तुन्दैर् ahanyamana atma shamalam smaranti. In this life, some people give shelter to animals and birds that come to them for protection in the village or forest. And after making them believe that they will be protected, such people pierce them with lenses or threads and play with them like toys, giving them great pain. After death, such people are brought by the assistance of Yamaraj to the hell known as Shola Prota, where their bodies are pierced with sharp needle-like lenses. They suffer from hunger and thirst, and sharp big birds such as vultures and herons came at them from all sides to tear at their bodies. Tortured and suffering, they can then remember the sinful activities they committed in the past. So here it is. Here's your answer. All right? Say we don't remember. Here it's saying no, they remember. You're made to remember.
But after you're coming here, they can forget it.
But it's not gone. It's recorded in the, like you delete.
So you said that here
See, it's exactly like the computer. If you delete a file, is it actually deleted? Right? It's just invisible to you. Right? It's invisible to you. So everybody's life experiences is stored somewhere in the psyche. There's a huge storehouse. Right?
इसीलिए जब बच्चा ऐसे सोच सकते कि जब बच्चा जन्म लेता है तो कभी नींद में हंसता है कभी रोता है तो उसको वो सब चीज़ याद आती है
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Text 33. ये त्विहा वै भूतानि उद्वेजयन्ति नरा उल्बना स्वभाव यथा दण्डसुखस्तेऽपि प्रेत्य नरके दण्डसुखाख्ये निपतन्ति यत्र नृप दण्डसुखः पञ्चमुखः सप्तमुखा उपसृत्य ग्रस्यन्ति यथा विलेशयान्. Those who in this life are like envious serpents, always angry and giving pain to other living entities. My God, someone who's always angry. Whenever you see his picture, whenever you hear his video, right, he's always like roaring, right? Angry and envious, giving pain to other living entities. Fall after death into the hell known as Danda Shuka. My dear king, in this hell there are serpents with 5 or 7 hoods. These serpents eat such sinful person just as snakes eat mice. So meaning it's not one snake eating him up, it is 5 or 7 together. 34. ये त्विहाव अन्धावता कुशला गुहादिषु भूतानि निरुन्धन्ति तथा मुत्र तेष्वेवोपश्येवेश्य सगरेण वहिनीना धूमेन निरुन्धन्ति. Those who in this life confine other living entities in dark wells, granaries or mountain caves, are put after death into the hell known as Avata Nirodhana. There they themselves are pushed into dark wells where poisonous fumes and smoke suffocate them, and they suffer very severely. So if by ill luck we find ourselves in such a situation, like you're in a tunnel and you're stuck in a tunnel, right? Or you are down in those mining, right? You get stuck there. So this is hell, right? Like those gas well or whatever it is. Yastviha atithim abhyagatan svagrihapatir asakred upagatan manyur didhakshur iva papena chakshusha nirikshate tasya chapi niraye papa drishte akshini vajratunda gridra kankakakavatagdaya prasakyoru balad upatayanti. A householder who receives guests or visitors with cruel glances as if to burn them to ashes is put into the hell called Paryavartana, where he is gazed at by hard-eyed vultures, herons, crows, and similar birds, which suddenly swoop down and pluck out his eyes with great force. So we're not happy to see a guest or visitors. According to the Vedic etiquette, even an enemy who comes to a householder's home should be received in such a gentle way that he forgets that he has come to the home of an enemy. A guest who comes to one's home should be received very politely. If he is unwanted, the householder should not stare at him with blinking eyes, for one who does so will be put into the hell known as Paryavartana after death. And there are many ferocious birds like vultures, crows, and cockneys, I don't know what's this, will suddenly come upon him and pluck his eyes. Alright, so what should we do? Oh, next week? Oh, alright. Yes, Hare Krishna. So that was not at all enjoyable, right?
Should we read these chapters to new people?
Why
How
not?
many types of hells are there? People
Why?
who are not aware of.
Why should we not?
Why should we not?
Yeah, why should we not?
Because sometimes people get really scared of this and they say that this is just too much hype.
But it's explain what they are doing. And you have to give the example on earth what they are doing, no? They are actually people on earth, they are doing these things. Each and everything that's enumerated there, humans are doing it. And worse, it's when Brahmanas, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, they are doing this type of work. This hell is specifically meant for them.
And those who are Shudras or like low grade, if they do, then it's not so
Some,
punishable.
yeah, something is there, but not as, except wherever it's mentioned. But mostly we kept saying, who is punished most? And the Shudras, they are doing this, so this is the punishment. Right? We said those who are out of madness, ignorance, right? They do something, punishment is less severe. But if you know and still you do, then it is heavier. Punishment is heavier. And if you don't believe at all, you think you're free, there's no controller, that I'm the supreme Ishvara, free to roam around, do what I like. These are the worst punishments. See, this is Bhagavatam, right? And this is the last chapter of 5th canto, which is, the title is, I don't know what it is, the title of this. It's a lot of creative impetus. Okay, yeah, meaning so much description of this entire universe. If we don't want to tell them about hell, then we should not tell them about what's beyond the Himalayas. Why should we tell them about what's beyond the Himalayas?
Because we
Right?
also talked
Hmm.
about molten gold and this the best and the best that you get in this universe. Then you have to talk about the worst and the worst also that you get.
Yeah, but when we are preaching, we are not talking about universe, they will never understand you.
I mean that chapter is a little because
No, the thing is that
but maybe after
the topic comes up. See, the topic comes up. See, everybody speak of hell. Is it true or not? In this world, everybody speak of heaven or hell.
But majority of
Yeah?
people, they think that just to scare us, they talk about hell.
So therefore, it's been propagated that way. All right? It's been propagated that there's nothing like hell. It's all happiness. And, whatever I do, it's okay. No problem. Only to stop you from doing some sinful activities, forbidden activities. They won't say sin. They'll say, it's okay. It's just one. I don't know what they call it. Right? We term it papa or forbidden or sinful, unlawful. This is how we term it. But those people who are doing it say, it's okay. I'm free. I'm free.
where the
I'm
hell
free.
thing comes when you are talking reincarnation.
I'm
You're talking
free.
life after life. They say one life, जो करना है.
Yeah, and if I manage to escape the police, right?
Who's seen it or so why look back? We are going to do this.
So exactly, so we have to explain, it has to be systematic, right?
Yes.
No,
Explain what is scripture.
no.
explain
See,
that.
we had this entire. You listen back, right, to this whole chapter when we discussed it. We went to show how on earth these punishments are visible. On earth it's visible, right? On planet Earth. You may escape, the state law, but the laws of nature doesn't let you off.
Yes.
And it's not that you don't experience it. I just giving you one example. One person, one lady, I went to her house. And she was a very nice lady. So, and she liked to read, she was a teacher, she liked to read Bhagavatam, she took a Bhagavatam set. And suddenly her husband came. And the way he looked at me, and spoke to me, the wife immediately told me, let's go. She immediately got me out of her house and dropped me at the temple, and she was so upset. 1 month later, she came and told me. She said that her husband was parking the vehicle, you know. So when he's parking, suddenly this traffic officer came and looked at him and spoke so harshly. She came just to tell me this, you know.
We get the reaction even in this time.
Yes, yes, yes. You know, you know. So each and everything, right?
You can see the whole circle getting completed, which is just, even if you say that they are all fantasy, they are all stories, but there also the karma part of it, definitely it is shown.
So you know, just like I just became aware. I mean, so many sinful activities are going on, right? So many sinful activities, and what people are experiencing, you don't know before death. All right, before death, what they are experiencing. Why are sinful people so afraid of death? They are not able to die, right? They are feeling caught. They are seeing their future. You know, so it is, you know, just because one set of people, they 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 didn't want atheists. Shukdev Goswami spoke about it, the atheists. He said, hell doesn't exist. Why hell doesn't exist? Because there is no authority. As soon as we speak of punishment, it means there is an authority who is there to give you the result of your work. So we want to say, no, I am free. So therefore, I can do what I like. So again, we've read that this punishment is inflicted on the subtle body. It's like you're undergoing a nightmare and you can't wake up from it. This is what's happening.
And sometimes we do experience in our dreams also.
Yes, yes. Yeah, in nightmares, we have all these. Yeah, it's actually, see, it's not a small thing. People, you know, almost every second person I meet now has some psychological problem, has some trauma. Almost, isn't it? Almost what is this? It is the result of sinful activities.
But they are so weak in mind, they don't even want to listen.
Sorry?
Those who have psychological problem, already they have committed sins and then they are suffering. But if such people are there in the audience and
Yes.
they're hearing such things, they become
Yeah.
more fearful, more psychological problems, and they stop coming.
Yeah, so that's,
I have experienced this.
yeah,
You have
yes.
fear because it's too heavy for them.
Yeah, because see, some people who are possessed, right? The mind is possessed. They run away, right? It's called this ghost of material desire that have made them do such sinful activities. They run away. So we will hear continuation next week about this hearing and chanting. So Prabhupada is saying that this Bhagavatam should be propagated, because by hearing, it cues a person also. We feel uncomfortable. Anyone, as soon as we start, like speaking the truth, right? People feel uncomfortable and then move out naturally, right? But so therefore there are different things. Prasad. We catch them by giving them prasad. We catch them by harinam, right? There are different.
Just tell them the good stories happen after time. But should these also be spoken?
Yeah. See, we have to say there is action and reaction, right? There's action and reaction. I'm just speaking by logic. Why is it, sorry, we may not like it. Cancer people, why is it that they have to take poison? All right? They have to take poison, right? Right? Don't we stop and think, who did I give poison to? Did I do an abortion? Right? I gave poison and remove an embryo? Right? We don't know. Did I did I give overdose of medicine?
Did I
Right?
tell somebody that this is actually
You know? When nurses, when taking care of babies, did I pour boiling water on them? I'm just saying. You think it's for free? Isn't it? So if I catch fire myself, I catch fire.
But Manati, I have a small question. This the medical thing that came up. Sometimes a doctor is very educated doctor, and I mean surgeons, they tend to do mistakes while doing a surgery. Well, of course, that act might have some karma to it. It might not be, intentional, but mistakes can happen.
You know, like one devotee, someone told me there was a surgery done, you know, and the person came out and there was some poking, you know, thing in whatever that surgery. They again went for surgery.
They found that much.
They found the Caesar inside. All right. What you call this?
Negligence.
Negligence, right?
They are punished for that.
Of course.
No, for negligence they are punished. But कभी-कभी नहीं होता है, छोटा सा चीज के लिए, it's a matter
What
of
a-
life and death. Surgery
what-
means
whatever
it's a
it
very
may
intense
be.
act, but they are
Whatever
doing
it may be, you know. See, the point is that we are not here to judge the degree, right? That's why we say, usually here, you know, everywhere we hear this word, don't be judgmental, right? We speak of this, right? Because there is a supreme judge. All right. But parents, teachers, leaders, they must speak the truth. And they must correct. If your child say, don't be just judgmental, mom, all right?
How long can you remain on the
All right?
something?
Right? Teachers, just leave me alone, don't be judgmental. Right? Their duties is to teach and correct. Final judgment will be measured. That's what we mean by judgmental. We cannot measure the degree to which punishment is inflicted.
Mataji, now it says don't give gyan. You open your mouth in one sentence, don't give gyan. Now what to do? Take the japmala only and sit down.
Don't give gyan.
Don't give
Anybody don't give gyan. One sentence you say don't give gyan.
So therefore, Bhagavatam is for serious people. Right? Bhagavatam,
I have a very big lot of friends, but certain people they do listen. I don't go this Krishna conscious way with Tilak and this, but the way society is suffering. If you sit with them and you really give them some good heart knocking way, few of them will definitely listen because we are all suffering is inevitable. You do wrong, you will suffer. It is just like Gari Nikala, you have to follow the rule. You might say, I don't want to follow the rule, but accident is inevitable. So how can they say? I mean, certain people are very arrogant. They will say, don't give gyan. I am not ready to give gyan. My time is not for free. But certain people, yes, and they do listen. They do listen.
yeah, so
The
Bhagavatam,
suffering is them.
yeah, Bhagavatam is for those who have a certain, remember Shukdev Goswami, when he appeared in the assembly of Parikshit Maharaj and all those sages, right? Running behind Shukdev Goswami were women and children, street urchins who were mocking him, right? Right? They didn't know who he is. Right? So they are not ready to hear. So Bhagavatam, we read, is meant for
People who have some
serious people.
some intelligence.
Bhagavatam is meant only for serious people. And those who are not interested, they will walk out. That's how you find all our Bhagavatam classes, they become empty, right? Everywhere. Prabhupada, when he was preaching, people run behind him for the kirtan. As soon as the kirtan was over, they walk. Who stayed behind? The serious people, right? So Prabhupada got hold of those serious people. That's why today we have this movement. And the same process is going on again and again. It's sieving, right? Who is serious, who is not serious. So if for ourselves we are convinced about this, what is hell? Right? I also didn't believe in hell because I grew up thinking, believing, being told that this is to frighten people, right? But by logic, after studying Bhagavatam, by logic, with all of you, right? I had doubts, but sitting with all of you, reading, and I started to understand that it's a region, like a prison house, dungeon. It's an area, right? And we are identifying people are doing these things. And therefore, the laws of nature, I guess, Yamaraj or Shani Dev, I guess, who does all the record and, and put the account, right? So that's the judge, the account is kept by Shani, is it?
Yes.
Chitrakut, but Shani, right? Danda, right? So nothing is for free. So if we want to be like ostrich or the rabbit, when there is danger, we close. You say, no, it doesn't exist. It's okay, it doesn't exist. I bury my head, right? So I bury the head in the sand. No, there's no danger. You believe there's no danger. It doesn't mean there is no danger. You are chopped off, right?
Abhay, one question.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, so a murderer, Mataji, is he destined to murder at one lifetime or is it his choice? What is it?
A murderer?
Yeah, a murderer.
Why should a murderer choose to murder?
That's what. Is it his destiny or maybe
What?
you have choices in life?
Of course. Why should a murderer, why should a murderer, be destined to murder?
I don't know if some karmas that he's murdered somebody and somebody murdered him and
Tendency to create violence, right? We've been reading here. Killing animals, a Kshatriya who is irresponsible in, with any living entities. They plunder, they set fire, right? This is in his psyche. Remember, this material world is sinful people. Small portion are pious.
small portion of
Pious, right? That's why they're animals, right? 84 lakh yoni. Only 5% are human beings, meaning 95% they're sinful. That's why they are in the animal and other strata of life. So if by good luck, so you graduate, this jeev graduate and come to 5%, you become in human form. All these horrors of our previous birth, they're sitting in us, right? They're sitting in us.
Have a propensity all
Yeah.
the time.
But we read again, some jeev, they remain on the deva level. When they fall, right? When they fall, they remain in that deva level. Like the four Kumaras, the Shapta Rishis, Lord Brahma, right? They don't come down, but the jeev who came out from the body of Mahavishnu, the sinful people, right? So those who are sufficiently evolved, they become human form. Now in human form, they're being trained to give up the sinful activities, sinful mentality. these are the one who go out from the cycle of birth and death. But the majority, they stay here, right? Oh my God, what interesting topic, yes.
आपने बोला कि ब्रह्मा और वो सब बोले तो ब्रह्मा की 100 years की लाइफ के बाद फिर वो क्या वापस कोई ब्रह्मा नहीं बनता तो वो कहाँ जाते हैं?
So we read in second canto, no? That Lord Brahma, he can go out, right? Back home, back to Godhead, and along with him, all those rishis, they can go back home, back to Godhead, or he again enter into the body of Mahavishnu because he has a desire for creation. Yes, he had that bhav in him. So two types of Brahma are there. The Brahma Samhita Brahma, no, he is different. He is seeing the abode of Krishna. But another Brahma, this desire to be controller, to create, he goes back, and when the time comes, and again he comes out, it's logical, completely logical, because who will take care of the creation? Animals, right? Very logical.
So, Madhuri, in that Brahman, where Lord Brahma is not a devotee, so how will the change come? How will the
Sorry?
Absolute knowledge come down? Where
It,
Brahma
it
is not
yeah,
a
it
devotee?
comes. It comes.
To
It's still
understand.
It's still coming. No, it is still coming. Madhurya Kadambini is another good book to read, and even our second canto Bhagavatam. The knowledge is coming, right? But then Shukdev Goswami is there, no? Narad Muni is there. That's why Narad Muni is described to be the best of all the sons of Lord Brahma. Son can be better than father also, right?
The dev sages, they bring it down.
Yes, yeah. And Nitya Siddhas are also coming. We are not just locked in the creation of Brahma. Krishna himself is coming, right? Yeah, but he's coming for those few 5% who should not go to hell, should not behave in such a way that they go to hell, right? All right, we should stop. It's very late. It's very late. Hare Krishna.